If I draw legs, I will be bad at them. I think many people are worried about it. You don't have many chances to draw legs, so when it comes to drawing, it should be difficult to understand how to draw. In this video, I will explain how to draw basic feet. When drawing feet, you can draw a well-balanced foot by thinking with simple figures. The feet this time are drawn by combining triangles, rectangles, and circles. Thinking of the ankle as a circle is very convenient when drawing shadows around it. Also, the ankle is asymmetrical. The best way is to look at and imitate the actual feet of photos and images. That way, you can draw more realistic feet. The line of the side leg is not straight but bent. Men's and women's feet are different. Other than the feet, the physical structures of men and women are also different. Therefore, let's firmly understand the difference in the structure of the male and female legs. The top of the man's foot is slightly curved. Also, if you make a little space under the foot, it will get a more three-dimensional effect. Drawing more wrinkles and shadows on feet will make them more masculine. Especially emphasize the ankle. On the other hand, women become more feminine by reducing wrinkles and shadows overall. It is also important to draw without emphasizing the ankle and to make the heel smooth. Now, from here, I will teach you various tips on how to draw feet. First of all, let's draw the shape of the feet. I found it more difficult to draw front-facing feet than any other ones. So I'm redrawing them many times to get the balance right. It may be easier to draw if you divide the front-facing feet into 3 blocks: heel, instep, and fingers. Also, if you draw the toenails, it will look more realistic. The instep on the side will look a little more realistic if you draw it with a bulge rather than straight. When the feet lie down, you often cannot see all the toes, so be careful when drawing them. Also, as with any angle of the feet, the toes are not straight. They draw a fan-like curve. I think it's the most difficult to draw toes, so draw them carefully. Finally, I'd like to introduce some tips for drawing the soles of the feet. The soles of the feet are not symmetrical. Also, the fingers go inward. The thumb has a triangular shape, and the other 4 fingers are round. From here, I will draw feet from various angles. The feet have fewer places to move than the hands, and the heels cannot move. Also, since the range of movement is not wide, you can easily draw feet if you remember the shape as they are. There is also a video about how to draw hands, which are more complicated to draw than feet. So please check it from the related video on the upper right. At a point when you draw the front and the back of the feet, the ankles are low on the outside. Give the outer and the inner ankles a slight bulge and tilt them. When drawing the sole of the feet, make sure that the sole is soft and that you are aware of the ground area. When drawing sideways feet, be aware of the curve. Also, when drawing the feet with bent toes, you can draw it neatly if you are aware of the angle. The feet are parts with little change, but you can draw the dynamic feet by moving the toes to make a change. Also, by changing the appearance of the toenails, you can make them more realistic. If you want to show a lot of toes with sideways feet, you can make the feet more dynamic by showing the soles a little. If you know the basics of feet, it will be easier to draw various feet. The best practice is to look at a picture of the actual foot, divide it into blocks, and imitate it. This time, I drew the draft carefully, but it's also good that the draft can be a little rougher. However, it will be easier to draw in the line art later if you draw in detail at the draft. If you are confident, you can draw directly without drafting. I think it's easy to draw because there's little movement in the parts other than the toes. Also, pay attention to the position of the ankle bulge. The part I was careful about when drawing feet was fingertips. You can draw better if you draw fingertips finely and carefully. On the other hand, it is better not to draw too many wrinkles lines on feet. Illustrations of these drawn feet are posted on Animembo's blog. I want to imitate them as references. If so, please click the URL of the blog in the explanation column. Also, I have made other videos that explain the basic poses of the body. So, if you are interested, please check other videos as well. Thank you for watching this video. If this video is interesting, please push a like button. Also, if you ask questions in the comment section, it will be answered as soon as possible. Depending on the content, I may post new videos for answering your doubts and comments. So please subscribe to Animembo and set notifications for this. There are many people who watch the videos and don't register. So I will be very happy if you help me to grow. See you again in the next video.